For Sunday legislation, we have to remember it will not be necessarily only on the grounds of religion, but the entire world can get behind the idea of a day of rest if it is for the general welfare and health of the people and the planet. The author concludes, America, for the sake of its own emotional and spiritual welfare, for the sake of its own sanity, needs to restore the blue laws. In September of 2020, ABC News reported that the Pope made a call to use the pandemic to give the environment a vital rest. The Vatican said the COVID-19 pandemic has shown how the Earth can recover if we allow it to rest, and must spur people to adopt simpler lifestyles to help a planet groaning under the constant demand for economic growth, Pope Francis said Tuesday. The concept of curbing climate change is also heartily embraced by most Christians. Climate Sunday launches across Britain and Ireland, and this Climate Sunday initiative is a collection of over 700 churches that see the importance of coming together to combat climate change. Another organization called Green Sabbath Project says on their website, "Is there nothing you can do about the environment? Nothing may be one of the best things you can do. One day every week, do nothing." The idea is simple. If Sunday rest is the solution for a global problem, then the entire world will need to rest on Sunday.
We're facing an urgent crisis, one which threatens our very existence. The climate catastrophe.
The ecological crisis is essentially a spiritual problem.
And responded to the Minister of Health, was asked that we do not have commercial activity in supermarkets, hardware stores, or any stores on Sundays for now.
Grocery stores will be closed every Sunday for the whole month of April to give employees a chance to rest. And everyone says that's how it should be.
In tough battle against the virus. That's why we're announcing today that businesses will now be closed on Sundays.
Quebec Premier François Legault said closing businesses on Sundays will give frontline workers a break.
Spend with the family, which is the family values like we used to have back in the old days, back in the 60s.
Shoppers agree that Sunday is a day for everyone to rest.
So-called blue laws, named for the color paper they used to be written on, have been on the books in New Jersey since the late 1600s.
I actually enjoy the blue laws.
I think in this consumer-driven world, we can all use a break.
Sundays is the day of the Lord.
It will be an opportunity for our workers to get some rest. Quebecers must remain united to win the battle against the virus. Everybody must follow our plan.
It will be business from Monday to Saturday, but there will be no commerce in the supermarkets on Sunday.
The big theme for September the 6th, which has been dubbed Climate Sunday.
We're well into the 6th mass extinction event.
With the COVID-19 pandemic, many people are suffering from poverty and loneliness. This is why we need fraternity more than ever. We need to care for each other, for we are all members of one human family. This is why at COMECE we are committed to promote Sunday as a common weekly day of rest in the European Union. A day that gives time for family and spiritual life.
And let them have Sunday as the day of rest while we fight this out, and let us give Sunday as the time to be able to move forward.
In view of the rising cases of COVID-19, the Madhya Pradesh government has imposed lockdown on Sunday in Bhopal. Restaurants and hotels will now function till 10 p.m. in the state. Shops in containment zone in the city will remain closed.
As nations turn to Sunday observance to curb the pandemic, the same solution is being heralded to solve climate change. CNN reported April 8th, the world is coming together to fight coronavirus. It can do the same for the climate crisis. While the coronavirus pandemic and climate change are inherently different issues, they share two important characteristics. Both are global crises that threaten the lives of millions of people. The Antichrist power needs control over the earth, which means a global form of control. And the best way to get the nations of the world to go along with a global government is to bring about a global crisis. Climate change and global pandemics are both global crises, which are meant to legitimize a global solution, which in this case is global government. On March 15th of 2021, LifeSite News reported Pope calls for New World Order, says wasting COVID crisis would be worse than pandemic. The Pope said, let us all keep in mind that there is something worse than this crisis, the drama of wasting it. And what productive change is the Pope hoping will come out of the COVID crisis? He said in relation to his new book, God and the World to Come, that we can heal injustice by building a new world order based on solidarity. The prophecies in the book of Revelation clearly state that the enforcement of the mark of the beast will be a global initiative. In chapter 13 and verse 3, we read, all the world wondered after the beast. And in verse 8, we see all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him. And we read concerning a second beast power, that he causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast. In the world today, the nations of earth are sovereign, in that they answer to no one, or at least that's how things used to work. Today it's not that straightforward due to the establishment of international governing bodies, like the United Nations or the Council on Foreign Relations, that drive and direct international policies, or the International Monetary Fund that seeks international solidarity in the economy, or the World Health Organization that helps to set policies and recommendations for health, and is seeking to establish universal health coverage. And even in the religious world, there is the World Council of Churches that works for the unity of Christian denominations. In the last 75 years, the world has drastically changed as the leaders of nations seek a global cohesion of governments.
Nothing less than a new world order. This is the pledge of the world's most powerful leaders.
A new world order.
A new world order.
That we needed a new world order.
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order.
Author of a new book, it's called World Order.
Globalization is real. It's unavoidable.
A new world order for the 21st century.
Francis asking people to come together tonight as the world faces the coronavirus pandemic.
The Bible foretold 2,000 years ago that this would be the case, and we can see the rapid fulfillment of these prophecies in the headlines of today. On July 26th, we read UN Chief Guterres calls for one supreme body of global governance. The reasoning being, the world needs an overarching level of multilateral governance that can sideline problematic national interests, which is simply another way of saying global governance should supersede national sovereignty. When financial institutions merge with the international agencies, like the UN, it would surely make controlling buying and selling much easier. Henry Kissinger, a well-known globalist, was quick to say back in April of 2020, the solution to coronavirus is the New World Order, arguing that no country, not even the US, can in a purely national effort overcome the virus, Kissinger warned. Addressing the necessities of the moment must ultimately be coupled with a global collaborative vision and program. The pandemic caused by the virus with a 99% survival rate is being heralded as a global problem, which is just the fuel he wants to promote a global solution, global government. Global governance does not necessarily require countries to surrender their sovereignty to a single international organization. All it requires is cooperation to a common objective or ideal that will seem to be in everyone's best interest.
What is our mandate? I believe it's this. In the battle to save our planet by getting climate under control.
Global warming, for example, is one such ideal. A global health crisis is another means by which the nations may think it best to work together, or a global economic crisis, or perhaps all of the above. Whatever the crisis, the most restrictive laws and tyrannical plots ever conducted against planet Earth will be said to be for the good of the people. So, who will be at the head of such a movement? The Bible reveals this too.